Yo, yo, yo. What's up? Good evening,
What
everybody.
up?
Thank you
What
guys
up?
for for tuning in. We truly appreciate your time and your attention. Basically, you have tuned in to the MJB Music with JB podcast, and we're excited to have you. I'm Mario J. Brown, singer, songwriter, and CEO of MJB Music Entertainment.
And I am JB, aka Pastor, aka musician, aka songwriter, aka a little bit of everything.
Yes, sir. A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Right,
So
right, right.
we started this podcast to bring you everything music education and culture, and we really mean that. Music education. We want you guys to be equipped. We want to be able to give you some of the tools that either we've learned or we're connect people that we're connected to that they have, and they're able to share this experience with you as well. So JB, tell them a little bit more about what they can expect on the MJB Music with JB podcast.
So on the podcast, you will learn valuable information from various entertainment industry professionals, such as producers, songwriters, makeup artists, entertainment lawyers, photographers, musicians, and so many more. So it's feel free to chime in and ask questions. It's gonna be a good show.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Want to make sure you guys can see us and make sure we're online on Facebook. Make sure you tag somebody, share it with somebody. We got a special guest today that you guys are really gonna. You're in for a treat. In for a treat. So let me know. Give me some hearts. Give me some likes. Let me find out
Yeah,
exactly where we are.
I'm going on there right now and checking and making sure everything is good.
Yeah, I don't. Let me see it. I don't see it now. We got to delete the other one, but let's see here.
Let me go on there live. See, here we go. Let me go on here. Um,
Yeah, before we continue, I want to make sure we may need to start from the top.
that's cool. Let me delete this. There it is. I hear it. So we live.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we're gonna keep it moving. Let's give you our forecast for today. So again, thank you for joining us. We value your time. We understand that there's so many other things that you could be doing right now, but you tuned in tonight, and we pray that you get some nuggets that'll help you along the road. Today's topic of discussion is life on the road. Listen, let me read this bio. Shonn Hinton is a product of Milwaukee's underrated, diverse, fertile, underground community of singers, musicians, and songwriters. Shonn's distinct signature sound has enhanced significantly in the past few years. His diversified sound has been compared to the smooth, melodic sound of Eric Clapton. Major. In addition, he also has the intensified electric sound of Jimi Hendrix and Freddie King, all of which are major influences in his career. I'm sure he'll talk about that a little later. Shonn has been performing in the Milwaukee scene for over a decade now. He's old, y'all. I'm just playing. Born into a family of musicians, his father is a guitarist and mother is an organist and a singer. Shonn began to play the guitar at the tender age of 12. He's built up a solid foundation in the city of Milwaukee while developing his unique playing style with elements of classic R&B, blues, jazz, pop, rock, and hip hop. But before we talk to him, JB, tell us what's going on. What's the news flash culture moment of the day?
So, um, yeah, I don't have one. It's funny. I don't have one today. There's
Oh
nothing
yeah.
major. Yeah, there's nothing major going on. I thought I was trying to find something and I dropped the ball. I don't have anything.
All right. Well, we're gonna continue to keep it on moving. Wow.
Yeah, I
So
dropped the
yeah,
ball.
yeah, our music education topic of today. We want to talk about life on the road.
Yeah.
JB, have you ever desired to be on the road? And like, how long do you think the average lifestyle of a road musician is?
Dude, I always desired to be on the road, and it was one of those things where, because of who when your parents are pastors, that is frowned upon, especially as musicians trying to go out and sing and play and sing or whatever for the world. Lord have mercy, that was frowned upon. So, but it was always one of my desires and something that I desired to do because it was one of those things where it was it was exciting to me. You know what I mean? And then to be in different cities and play for different people and just play the camaraderie that you have with musicians. I felt like that was something that I always wanted to do. Maybe one day I'll get a chance.
Yeah.
to be on the road. But I'm too old now. These musicians are way advanced. I'm like, I'm just an old church musician.
Yeah, man. I'm wondering how long, like I said, the average lifestyle of a road musician is, because if you're anything like me, the older you get, sometimes I don't know if you want to continue to be on that road, man. Your back start feeling a little bit. You start really, really appreciating your own bed and your own space, and not having to be with a bunch of people all the time. So yeah, I
Right.
kind of want to talk to him about that a little bit later too. But yeah, man. So without further ado, we don't want to waste you guys' time. Let's welcome my brother, hometown hero, 414, y'all. Shonn Hinton in the building.
He's in the
What's good,
building.
bro?
How you doing?
Yeah, yeah. What's going
Good,
on, man?
man. Doing
Man,
well.
I can't call it like a referee with a broke with Sal.
Come on, man. How's everybody, man? How's the
Everybody's
family?
good,
Everybody good?
man. Family's
That's
good,
what's up.
man. Sean's in college.
Wow.
Wow.
I know, man. Sean is 21. My daughter Tracy, she's taking pre-college courses now. Her senior year in high school. My little one Taylor,
Mm,
she's 11. She just started middle school. My wife just graduated from college as well.
Wow.
Got her associate's degree
that's
in
what's
human
up.
resource management.
Congrats. Congrats,
Yeah, man.
congrats. Y'all doing it big over there in the Hinton household,
Well,
man. Let me hold a couple dollars.
Rascal Fats got to do what he got to do. And
Rascal Fats making it happen, making it happen.
Oh man, that's
Yeah.
funny.
So yeah, bro, it's gonna be a great night, man. We're not gonna hold you too long, but we do have some questions that we want to ask you, and just kind of dig in, man. I want you to feel free to, don't feel like you have to rush. I want you to share your heart, man. We
okay,
want to kind of get inside the mind, the heart of a Shonn Hinton, man. Some people don't have the opportunity of knowing you personally, so this might be give them a little glimpse into your world, man. So yeah,
absolutely.
just feel free to be free.
Come
So
on.
yeah, let's get started, man. First of all, we always start with this question. Just take us down the journey to where and how things started for you, and how did you kind of make it to the level you're on now?
Oh, well, I started out playing locally in the city of Milwaukee. My first big gig was my grandfather's church. I started out playing drums. I got tired of sharing the drums with my cousins, so I wanted to learn how to play the guitar because I felt like that was cool. It was a cool instrument to play, and I, I kind of, it was kind of a glorified thing because all I could do was picture myself with shades on, sitting on the edge of the chair at church, just playing one note, and everybody losing their mind. So it started out that
Yeah.
way, but then my love for it deepened, and just listening to other guitar players. Um, I attended Milwaukee House of the Arts. Was not known as a guitarist. I was known as a bass player and a drummer.
Wow.
Um,
Mm,
I made my bones at Greater New Birth as a
okay.
drummer and guitar player. Then I played at Holy Recovery as a guitar player. Served as a guitar player for Wisconsin State Youth Choir. Uh, oh wow! Um, Leroy Harmon and the Voices of Praise from Holy
Wow.
Redeemer.
Yeah.
I played with them. I played in the Inspired Chorale. I played for New
Jeff Tucker.
Creation one
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Come on, new creation.
I used to play with New Creation. Growing Nation, which was a hip hop R&B collective. I played
Yes,
drums
sir.
and guitar there. Um, and one year, man, I want to say this was like 2002. I went to Summerfest to go see Tweet perform. I met Nissan Stewart and Rex Hardy. Rex Hardy was playing for Jersey Ave, which was the Lattimore brothers, and
Mm-hmm.
I had set up a situation with Rex. I was telling him I was just trying to make a name for myself in Chicago, so I really wasn't thinking about, to me that was the pros. I didn't think it was obtainable to play for a major R&B artist. It wasn't even in my head. So when I sent them a videotape of me playing for Rodney Cunningham, the first gig I got was playing for Dave Hollister. From playing with Dave
Mm,
Hollister in 2002, it was a snowball effect. I went from playing with Dave, played with Kelly Price, played with 112. And then I got a phone call in '04 to play for Mary J. Blige. And from '04 up until about '08, I had stopped playing with Mary in '08. and started playing with Lil Wayne. And then from Lil Wayne, I did John Legend, I did Angie Stone, Jill Scott, and back to Mary.
Yeah. Man, a couple things I want to touch on, man. First of all, salute to you serving in your hometown and building not only a name for yourself, but preparation, man. Like, I think some people try to skip past that process. You know what I'm saying? Like, you named, I probably at least 10 different people that, you played with before you got that big opportunity. And I think a lot of people nowadays, we miss that. They want to jump right into the majors, but before we kind of really take care of home. So, man, we appreciate you, 414. That's always gonna be my home. I'm in Atlanta now, but that's forever home, the baby who
Absolutely.
I am. And, just thank you for everything that you've kind of sold into that ground, man. It's really, really good. And you're well respected by everybody that I know. Like, I haven't heard anything bad about Shonn, and I appreciate that, man. Yes,
Well,
sir.
keep on living. It's on the way, Doc. Everybody don't like me, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Hey, you wouldn't be human if everybody did like you. Come
Exactly.
on, man. So yeah, and it's funny you went into some things I was going to ask you about. So your bio, it really only scratches the surface. And I was reading it, and I'm just like, okay, I want to talk to him about this because I noticed specifically you do not mention Mary J. Blige. You do not mention Jill Scott. You do not mention Lil Wayne. You mention Milwaukee. So man, tell me about that. Why is that left out of your bio? Those major key points.
You needed something short, and I found the shortest thing that I had. I could have put the Mary thing, and I could lie and be like, "Cause I love my city." It was the only thing that I had that was short. I kind of figured like, okay, well, we'll probably talk about me playing with all of these artists and stuff like that. So.
I got you. Well, yeah. It did kind of catch me. I was like, you know what? The highlights of your career weren't listed. And it told me a couple things about you, honestly, because I think your work, number one, speaks for itself. And, most people, that would have been the first thing they put on their bio.
Come on, man.
And the fact that you had some very, like, really homegrown things like that spoke to me about your character, because you wasn't really even trying to push that up front.
Dude, and the thing is I love some of my best moments, honestly, come from playing in the city. Like, I can recall times of playing at different bars here, man, and even though it ain't a lot of people there, like, I can count on one hand how many people that showed up to a show me and my band Shotgun did at Lucille's Piano Bar. But we played like it was 1,000 people in there. And those be some of the best moments because I'm playing with my bros. Like, Ruination was me playing with my bros, playing the state youth choir. Like, that was for me when I got the phone call to do that, to play with State and to do that first live recording. I was a sophomore in high school. I'm like, I hit the majors. I felt like I had hit the majors because State had such a dope roster of musicians. You, Jermaine Rideout, Randy Brown, Sam McLean, Dennis Marshall, Andre Neighbors, like, dog, to be a part of that, I was like, oh, absolutely, this was the business. Because after that recording, I went back to school and I was the man.
That's what's up, man. So tell us, man, when did you know? Like, is this something that you recognize at a very early age that you were gifted and talented? Like, is this something that your parents, they picked up on at an early age and kind of started to sow into you? And where did the passion start? When did it start burning, like, on the inside for you to, know this is what you were born and called to do?
It started burning in high school. That's when it started burning. Because my cousin Afton Johnson was playing with the band Growing Nation. And, he was old enough to play in bars. I still, I'm a sophomore in junior high school. So I wanted to see what the band was about. And when I got a chance to see what it was about, I was like, oh, man, I need every part of this right now. Because for me, I'm playing around the city in bars was big to me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it was something that I knew I wanted to do. Like, this is what I want to do. I don't want to flip burgers for nobody. I don't want to sell furniture for nobody. I don't want to be no medical records clerk. I want to be a
Hmm.
musician. Notice I said all of the three jobs that I had to work while I was doing
Right.
music.
Right, right.
But my mom and my dad, they invested, you know, because they got, and I don't know if I'm going to call it investing, because my mom just got sick and tired of me beating on the arms of her couches and beating on lampshades and cymbals. So it was just like, okay, we gonna either buy this boy a drum set or he gonna tear this house up. So my mom and my dad bought me a drum set, and that was it. It was the rest was history.
So
So
that was your first that was your first love then, the drums.
dude, come on, Mario. What musician's
Wow.
first love wouldn't be drums? For
Right.
real.
Is that because it's the easiest instrument to play?
But
No,
it's
because
not
they
the
loud
easiest instrument.
and they
It's
Exactly.
really
loud
not.
too.
Dude, and there's so much stuff up there.
Right, right.
Like you got so much options to hit. This is like, yeah, I want
Yeah.
to do this. I want to make noise all day long.
That's right, right.
Wow.
And the drummers look like they were
Yeah,
having
man.
so much fun doing service. You know that. You know how it is. They look like they were having the
Dog,
most fun. So it's like, yeah, I want to be a drummer.
dog. Listen, it was so serious being a drummer here in Milwaukee, dude. At New Birth, being a drummer at New Birth, and this is when we was heavy into wrestling, dude. I used to come to church with a wrestling belt.
What?
I used to think I was the Rock, bro. I used to wear the little fake Versace shirt, had
Oh
the
my
glasses on
God,
like I
bro.
was Rock, and dog in Bishop Burke
Hey.
one day we did a concert. This is the time that Bishop let the choir go out and play, and he grabbed the belt like, this belt mean I guess they must be the best band in the city of Milwaukee. I stood up and gave the people's eyebrow in church.
Bruh, you know nobody. There's a lot of people that didn't know this story. You didn't have to tell it. You really didn't have to tell us that. Oh, that's
Hey,
hilarious.
but those are the
Yeah,
growing
Funny,
pains.
bro. Right,
Yep,
that's hilarious. Wow, the
absolutely.
belt in church. Mm-mm-mm.
Used to walk
That's something,
around with a
man.
WWF belt in church. I never put it on my waist. I just had it over my shoulder.
Just the champ, huh? The champ is here.
Right.
Yeah, I was full of
But
myself
yeah,
then. As you can see, it
let me
caught
ask.
up.
That's what's up, bro. I want to ask you some. We're gonna start the transition into some, a little deeper. But I want to ask you some technical questions too. Because I
Okay.
know that there are some listeners and viewers that are either accomplished guitarists or maybe are looking to, start to learn how to play. So just real quick, do you have a favorite guitar and why?
A favorite guitar? Um,
Yeah.
not really. I mean, thank God for the company that sponsored me, Schecter Guitars. I have I love them all, honestly.
Huh.
But it's really not a specific guitar that I'm just like absolutely completely fond of. Like, this is my go-to. I had one
Mm.
once upon a time, but I still feel like it was fake. You know what I'm saying? I had a guitar. It was an orange Strat. I got it from Philly when I was out on the road with John Legend, and we were gearing up for the John Legend and Sade tour. And I saw this Fender orange sparkle Strat, and I named it Leslie. Like,
Okay.
and I was trying to be like my grandmother's cousin. His name was ML, and he had a guitar, and the name of his guitar was Magic. And all of his like recordings that he would do, like, it would be ML and Magic. So I was trying to be like him, and be like Shonn and Leslie. So,
Mm.
I
Gotcha.
love the way that a Stratocaster looked, but I don't know if I would call it my favorite, because I mean, I learned this from Eddie Van Halen watching this on YouTube. Your tone is in your hands. So
Wow.
Oh wow.
you could play a piece of crap guitar and make it sound good because it's all here.
Wow.
Just
Mm.
like you can play a $10,000 guitar and make it sound good. It's here. It's in your hands.
Wow.
Is there?
Yeah, I
I
learned
know.
something.
I picked up a guitar and started trying to play acoustic, just because I wanted to be like like the praise and worship guys who
Yeah.
play, and so I want to pick up a acoustic guitar, and I started playing it. But when I did so, a lot of guitar players were telling me like, dude, you should first learn on a Strat or something like that because the neck is smaller. Is there a preference that you have for playing? Do you prefer acoustic over a Strat or electric guitar?
They all serve a great purpose. Like acoustic guitar for me, and I get this, I learned from being around Mario Brown when he was writing and I would write with him. Like acoustic guitars is just the way to go when you're doing the singer-songwriter thing.
Yeah,
Electric guitars is for when you want to dime an amp and just go nuts.
yeah,
That's what electric guitar is for. Stratocasters versus Les Pauls, they have different sounds. Like Stratocaster has 3 pickups, where a Telecaster has 2 pickups, or Les Paul will have 2 pickups. So with 3 pickups in the Strat, you got 5 options, 5 different sounds you can get from the guitar.
wow,
3-way, you can get 3 sound, like 3 tones. Neck is 1 tone. Middle is, so neck is 1 pickup.
gotcha.
Middle is both pickups. Bridge is just the bottom pickup for like a guitar with humbucker, double humbuckers in it, or a telly with the neck pickup and the bridge pickup. Strat, if you go to the top, that's a neck. What is it? Yeah, that's the neck pickup. You go down a little bit, that's 5th position. So 4th position would be neck in middle.
Hmm.
3rd position would be just middle. 2nd position would be middle bridge, and 1st position would be just bridge.
Wow.
Mm,
I know that's
gotcha.
nerdy.
But that's
Hey, that's good stuff, man. That's
for
that's
real.
exactly what we need.
Right,
We
right.
gotta educate us. 'Cause I have no idea what all of that meant. But but yeah, man. I think it's sometimes unfair, man. How musicians. I don't think I know any keyboard player that didn't start on the drums and elevate or grow to become a keyboardist. And so I thought that would be, I'm a drummer as well, but I never graduated to anything else. So I don't understand, what how I got lost in that shuffle. But again, like James, I picked up an acoustic guitar and learned a couple songs in G. Beyond that, that's as far as I go. But so, do you have were you self-taught, or was there someone that, is this something that you picked up on 15, 16 years old and said and realized that it was just a gift? It came naturally.
At the age of 12, I started playing the guitar. My birth father gave me my first guitar. My grandfather strung up my guitar, showed me my first 3 chords, and I was hooked. So from there on, man, I
Mm,
would, you know, um, listen to the radio and try to mimic what I heard. I had a guy. His name was Vernon, and he was my mother's boyfriend. He had, I don't know how the devil this dude would get guitars, but he had guitars. And my mama got her income taxes one time, and I bought this white Squire guitar from him. And his friend who had the guitar showed me some chords. So
mm,
it just, the love deepened, man. And then just again listening to the radio, dude, I suffered for my instrument.
really.
And the reason, and I say I suffered because bedtime is 8:30 at night for me at home.
Mm,
And
mm,
I wasn't trying to go to bed at 8:30. I got a guitar in my room and a radio. And I'm sitting and I'm listening to the radio. I got the TV on, so it looks like I'm just watching TV. My mama will open the door, catch me playing the guitar, and I get a whooping
Oh yeah,
because I'm not in bed because I'm trying
right,
to
right.
practice. I'm trying to be good. So I suffer for my
Disobedient.
instrument.
Wow,
wow, that's
man, that's
crazy.
that's what it took. I'm sure she's happy now that you that
Oh, if you talk
you
to her,
went to
she'd be
bed
like,
late.
"Yeah, he did. I'm glad he did it. I'm not glad I got the whooping though."
Man, dude, your parents are the best, man. I think I've only met them one time, and it stuck with me. Just their personality, just vibrant, man. Just
Yeah,
great, great people. Like people you never forget. You know what I'm saying? And even just like I
Absolutely.
said, I only met him one time, but I will never forget him. I felt like I've been knowing him for a long time. But,
Yeah,
man, that's
absolutely.
what's up, man. So let's transition to your career. I know that you've like many of us have had some ebbs and flows, some peaks and valleys, some rough times. So what have you found to be the most challenging part of your career?
Being home and not working. Like when I first started touring, and I consider my first real tour with Mary because we went overseas, man. Like I had to get a passport. I had no idea. Like when I had got the gig, they was like, "Do you have a passport?" I was like, "Nah." So I had to spend like $700 to get a passport expedited to me in New York because we went to
Mm,
places like Germany, Italy, France, London. Like it was all of these places I
wow.
had only read about in
Mm,
books at school, man. So to
yeah.
be over there, it was big. And then when the tour is over, you just right back at the house. Like, okay, what's next? Like you
Wow.
still riding that high, like, man. Like you go from sleeping in 4 to 5 star hotels to,
Mm,
you know, looking out your window in Northland in Milwaukee.
yeah. 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 That's real.
Like, oh
Wow.
God, this is not the business.
Mm.
Wow.
Wow, man. So that's almost like an escape. I never even thought about, our topic tonight is the role life of a musician. And sometimes you look at one side, people want to get home because they get kind of burnt out on the road. But then I never thought about the other side is like, man, that's an escape. It's like you in paradise for a minute. And if home ain't the sweetest part, like when you coming back home to like, oh man, that could
And
be
not that
very,
I
very
had
challenging, man.
issues at home or nothing like that. It
Right,
just
right,
was,
right.
for me, I just enjoyed seeing things that I had never seen, man. You
Yeah.
know, I got to see the Eiffel Tower. It's almost old to me now whenever I go over there because that's the first place I want to go. I want to go see the Eiffel Tower. I want to go see Big Ben. I want to go, I want to go see the in London, the guards that be standing there and they can't do nothing. I saw
Yeah.
all of that, bro. Like all of that. And then to come home, it's just like everything's at a standstill. And then you used to that check just hitting your account on time
Yeah.
every week. You just like, and it's
Wow.
over. You at home. You trying to figure out what the next move is.
And how do you manage something like that? Like I don't know if you had this issue, but I know that some musicians do, especially when the younger ones, when they come into that type of money, like money management, man.
Dude,
Have
um,
you struggled from that or
I'm a human being, so I was a cat that would love to go to the mall and go buy sneakers and go buy clothes. But I had the blessing and the privilege of knowing people that told me like, yo, fall back. Like my boy Natural,
mm,
the guitar player that used to play for Usher. When I was rehearsing with Mary in New York for that tour, it was my very first time playing with Mary. And I had got a chance to meet Natural at Applebee's in Times Square. And he adopted me as his little brother. And he told me, he was like, dude, don't blow your money on sneakers, man. Don't be out here just
mm,
spending all your money, man. He said, you better get you a crib. And at the time, my first marriage, she was on that and I was on that. I was like, cool, let's get a crib. So I came home from tour to a crib. Like I was like,
right.
perfect. I
Yeah.
mean, I still had, I still wanted things, but you know, I knew what had to be put up to do what needed to get done, and then
Yeah.
not necessarily splurge, but I was rocking sneakers that did nobody have in Milwaukee yet in my circle.
Right. Yeah. 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 I remember some of them days. I'm looking down at the feet like, okay.
Yeah, dog. I used to come on with all of the vintage baseball jerseys. I was on the island.
Man. Man, that's what's up. Now, speaking of that road life, man, like speak to like food and like are there any dietary habits that you had to develop so that you know because I'm like man just being on the road you don't have a set time to eat you eating late you're doing that kind of like how do people or what advice can you give people that's on the
Oh,
road or what have you seen?
what's funny is I lose weight when I'm on the road and gain it when I'm back at the house. that's
Wow.
that's
Wow.
crazy because we do eat crazy, dude. Like when you on the road, and especially if you doing like if it's a show day, you get per diem, and they still get you after show food for the bus. So we be like ordering buffalo wings, sub sandwiches, like ain't nobody trying to
Yeah.
order no damn salad. We all just pizza. Dog, we cutting the food on the road when it comes to that food thing, but I lose the most weight. For real. Like, I mean, I guess maybe because we do so much moving around. You know what I'm saying? Because when I get home, it
Okay.
be stagnant, man. Like, I be
Yeah.
looking at myself like my wife, I saw a picture of me and my wife when I had just came home from the road and she could put her entire arms around me. Now it ain't sweet. I
You
got
got a
work to
little more
do.
to love,
I got
a
to
little more to
yeah.
love.
There's too much to love. Way too much. But yeah,
Bruh.
man. But it's really no dietary situation out there unless you make it known. You know what I'm saying? Like yo, I don't want to eat after this time. Then you'll have people that help try to hold you accountable, but ain't nobody trying to be held accountable. We just got off the stage.
Right.
We done burned calories on stage. It's hot on stage. You
Yeah.
got lights on you and you moving around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you burning it. So
Yeah.
you trying to pick them calories back up. So
Wow. You know, and I can see that too, you know what I'm saying, as far as a lot of movement going on. Just take us through like a busy day. Like let's say you get to the city that you got to play in. Take us from like early morning sound check to, you know, up until it's time to play. Like what does that day look like for somebody
uh
that's never been on the road?
it depends.
Even down to wait before you go there, even down to like credentials. Like when do you get that type of stuff so you can move around and people know who you are and then like comp tickets really speak to that.
I would love to speak to that because I hope to
Yeah.
educate somebody
Come on.
today.
Come on here,
Uh,
Doc.
so you get your credentials to start a production rehearsal, right? And production rehearsal is after the band has had rehearsal, and now you're at the venue. You're where you're. Let me see. How do I put this? Now is the day. The production rehearsal is where how you see how everything looks because this is how it's going to look for the
Mhm.
rest of the tour. When we get there, you take our tour pass picture, get it probably like the end of the day, and I had to pull up a day sheet because I keep our day sheets. Now
Okay.
we normally check out of a hotel at 1:30 p.m. 1:45 we'll depart to the venue. Um, you have a 5 p.m. band sound check, and then from there on, like you eat dinner from 5 to 8 p.m. And then we go up. Is this? I'm trying to see if this is the one with Mary and Nas. I think this is the one that was just Mary because we were in Virginia. So it says 12:50 p.m. to 2 p.m. dark stage because the union will get you if you on stage. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay them
Mm.
sometimes double, triple scale.
Wow.
5 p.m. is band sound check. 5 to 8 p.m. dinner served. 5:50 to 7 p.m. dark stage. 6 p.m. This is when Mary does her VIP meet and greets.
Mhm.
6:30, the doors open, and we up at about 8:30, 8:30 p.m. and we done by 10 p.m. And
Mm.
then we go to the next city and do it all over again. Sometimes, we'll get to the next city and have a day off, but that's pretty much what it looks like.
Got you. So this is one thing that I don't know if you're able to or not, but let's say it's Mary and she has some other opening acts that are, of course, major as well, but
Mhm.
she's the headliner. So is there ever a time where do you guys always have to be in the back and you can't like experience or the other bands, the other groups, so y'all really want to be out there, but y'all, they got y'all kind of, somewhere off stage so that you can't, be a part. Like
Nope.
how's so you
We
can't even you
do.
can't enjoy it.
No, we can enjoy it. We do enjoy it.
Oh wow,
Like
okay.
we get to see, because you think about it, we know the time that we need to be backstage to start getting ready, because what's included in our prep time is prayer time. So we want to be dressed, and I'll use Mary as an example. We want to be dressed at Mary's door in the dressing room, ready to pray. She'll either come out of her dressing room or we'll go into the dressing room with her and we'll pray. But all of that time before then. So, like example, Nas, the tour we did last year was Mary and Nas. The dope situation was my homeboy Marcus Kinsey and Swole, Derek Ray was playing. Kinsey played keys, Swole played bass. So I went to go see Nas outside every night. Just and we knew when it was time for us to leave. We knew what song was getting ready to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And his song was, I want to say it was "Got Yourself a Gun." That's when we go get dressed. And then by the time we get out, he's doing his last song of the night, which is One Mic. So the transition would be Nas, the drummer and DJ, they would lead the stage, and the rest of Mary's band, we'd be getting on stage, getting ready to start the show. But we got to see, I got to see Jaheim when Jaheim used to open up for us. I got to see, trying to think, well, Mary went before Jay-Z on the Heart of the City tour, but I got to see Jay in them perform. Like, it was I was actually a part of the band a couple of times for Jay's performance. So
yeah. Oh, that's what's up. So when the other guys getting off the stage, y'all able to like, man, y'all smashed.
Yep. Oh yeah, absolutely.
They turn around and then they come watch y'all. Like, man, that's got to feel good too, man.
Yeah, it's dude. And then to be around is just all your comrades. You know what I'm saying? Cats that's heavy hitters in the game, as well as, if you want to consider yourself a heavy hitter, because they may look at you that way. But it's just good to be around other musicians.
Yeah. That's what's up. So, man, you've had an opportunity to work with some major hitters. I want to know if you can. Matter of fact, you didn't talk about the comp tickets, but
let's talk about them. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah,
this is how comp tickets work. This is how I learned. So, the radio station or the label gives the radio station tickets for contest winners. After that, if Mary has family and friends that she want to be there, they get it. Whatever's left, they may be gracious enough to be like, okay, here, what y'all need. But a lot of a great deal of time, they'll tell us this is a no comp tour. Don't ask us for comp tickets. If you want tickets, and if you don't want to wait, buy a ticket. We'll give you the order form. Sometimes they're gracious enough, and they'll plug us with tickets.
Yeah.
And then if you get tickets for the people and they don't show up, it's coming out of your check.
What?
Oh yeah, ouch is right. I ain't never had that issue, boss. Because dude, every tour I ever did, I always would leave on my voicemail. Hey, what's up, Deshaun? If you calling for comp tickets, hang up right now and go to www.ticketmaster.com.
Well, man, I was fortunate enough to when I lived in Charlotte, you came down there with Lil Wayne, and was able to get. I got comp tickets, Doc. Yes, I did.
You sure did. You sure did.
And man, the seat that I was in, I don't know how much it would have been, but it was the best seat almost in the house. And it was crazy, man, because I felt like, wow, I know this guy. Like that's my brother up there. Like, man, I was emotional, bro. This was I believe it was at the arena where the Charlotte where the basketball team plays.
Yeah.
And that particular set, man, you was way high.
Man.
I don't know if
Let's
Man,
talk
they
about
had
that
y'all
for a
so
minute.
hot. Yeah,
I was
yeah.
nervous as a hooker in church, bro. I'll never forget dog. Listen, the first time, bro, we was rehearsing in Nashville, and they showed us. I saw the contraption. I'm like, oh, this kind of look dope. And then they showed me my station, and I was like, okay, so what's gonna happen? It's like, yeah, so you're gonna ascend 50 feet in the air. I had to wear a harness.
Yeah.
I was so, dude, listen. All of the movement that I was doing in rehearsal up until like in band rehearsal, because I just knew we was gonna be on some like Kiss, Motley
Rocket,
Crue
yeah.
kind of situation. Man, that thing lifted in the air and it was swinging a little bit. Man, my feet locked, bro. I was like, man, I ain't trying to die. Lord, keep
Dude,
me.
I couldn't believe how high you were
Yeah.
up, man.
But
And
that was
then,
so epic though, man. Like
yeah,
people still be talking about that to this day.
that show was bananas. And then he brought you down, and y'all played like back to back. He had his
Oh,
guitar. I think he had his guitar. Y'all was
yeah.
playing together. Man, that was nuts.
Dog,
I'm
that
like,
was fun.
yeah, that's Wayne in his prime too. I'm like, this is crazy, right? And
Yeah,
then
dude.
who opened? I think T-Pain opened up at that show.
Oh man, it was T-Pain, it was
Ke- Ke-
Carrie
uh,
Hilson, Gym Class Heroes, Gorilla Zoe, and Keisha
yeah,
Cole.
Keisha Cole. That's what one. Yeah. Her set was crazy too.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that whole joint was crazy, man. So, what would you say are your top 3 wow moments of your career? Like, just I know you got a lot of them, but if you had to pick 3,
My top 3 wow moments. My very first one was the first DVD I did for Mary. And before the DVD happened, we was in the back praying. And Denzel Washington and Puff was in the
what?
prayer circle.
Wow.
I was like, whoa, son, this is nuts. Second wow moment.
praying with one eye open, huh?
Yeah, G. Second wow moment was playing the 2000, what was it, 2006, 2007 Grammys.
Mm.
Dude, listen, I'm not ashamed to say I begged and pleaded with Mary's husband. I was like, come on, man. I want to play, bro. Like, I want to play the Grammys. Like, who can say they did that? You know,
Yeah.
of course, he had to pick fun at me, but I ended up doing it. I had to wear a tuxedo. That sucked, but I was cool.
Yeah.
But that was a wild moment for me playing the Grammys for the very first time. It blew my mind, man. And then the third wow moment for me, and my homeboy JJ, me and him, we spazzed, bro. Puff ascended from the he ascended from the stage floor on a Mary gig, and when
wow.
when he ascended from the floor, I was like, ah! I was like, I got lost, bro. I was like, yes, this, because I'm like, dude, I'm a part of this moment,
Yeah.
and it just completely blew my mind, man. Like, this is a cat that I watched on MTV, VH1, the ruckus that he caused when he did the VMAs, when he was on that flatbed truck, and to be part of that, like, you know, we Midwest, but I love the East, man. The East Coast is, I love the culture. I love the swag, the slang behind what they do. They embrace me. So Puff, that blew my mind. And then let me throw one more in. So that's the 3. Honorable mention. 2007, I'm in Vegas with Mary. And we played the Joint at Hard Rock and had a killer show. Show was super dope. And we got through. We went to the dressing room, Mary's dressing room. Ken Dude, Mary's husband at the time, he was like, yo, you know Slash was out there. I was like, what? He's like, yes, Slash was out there. I said, I'm so glad you told me this now and not before we played. Man, so we all go out. So it's me, Rex, JJ, and I want to say it was Omar Edwards or it was Monty Newell. I can't remember who the board player was at the time. But so we're standing. Nope, it was, I forgot the girl name. Man, I can't think of her. She's legally blind, but she used to play for Prince. She called Cassandra. super keyboard player. But so we all standing down in the hallway of the Hard Rock, and this entourage kind of splits us up, and they stop. And Slash was like, "Yo, are you the guitar player for Mary?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Dude, you're a badass, bro." I was like, "Whoa!" And I couldn't do. That was another wild moment for me.
Wow.
So they was getting ready to go. He was hosting a party, and he was like, "Yo, what you get ready to do?" I said, "I'm finna go to the room, man. We gotta leave in the morning." He's like, "Nah." So he had his bodyguard, one of his bodyguards, walk me up to my room and drop my guitar off, and I came back downstairs and hung out with him.
For real.
Wow.
Slash. And then I had met Slash again. We was doing the American Music Awards, and Slash he walked right past us, didn't even notice I was standing there. But his bodyguard was like, "Yo, there goes Shonn," and he stopped, dapped me up and everything, and we chopped it up.
Yeah, man, that's love, man. That's what's up.
Wow.
It's crazy because I'm sure you don't encounter everybody with the same spirits, man. Some people probably are like Slash, welcoming, but have you had to encounter any kind of nasty attitudes or people that's real kind of uppity? Like, have you? I'm sure you have, just been out there.
I don't want to say uppity. I just understood what was happening. I played with Patti LaBelle the day that Cross died. And bro, she took it. She didn't take it well at all, and she had to perform. And then, if memory serves me correctly, that woman talked about hot flashes, like we talk about drinking water. When they talk about they get up there in age. So, man, we had to do Good Morning America that day, and then had to get right on a bus, not no tour bus. We got on one of them like Lambert buses. And go to Connecticut to play a casino. Man, when I say this, they should have let her cancel this show so she could grieve, because the band that was playing, it was a bunch of older guys, and it was like nobody knew the Lord's Prayer.
Ooh.
And she sung that at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Nobody knew it, bro. It was in the look on her face when she looked at us and she flipped us. She's like, "Oh, fired," because we was all higher hands anyway. Jesus Christ! I just got fired by Patti LaBelle.
Dang.
God, she cussed out a guy that was. She didn't really cuss him out, but she was singing a Michael McDonald song, and he was just standing there looking at her like. And she was like, "Excuse me, ma'am, is he with you?" And she's like, "He can take his ass in the back." I was like, "Yo, son,
Patty don't play up.
Dog, Patty don't play, man." That was the most bizarre experience that I've ever had, and that shook me to my core because I was scared of that woman, man. Like, Patti LaBelle come off. When you meet her, and she is cool. Like I seen her at later on in life, and she was like, "Hey, Shonn," but that day, I just thought she was Auntie Patty. She wasn't Auntie Patty that day. She was like, "Man, I'm feeling everything moving out here."
Right.
Wow.
Man, that's crazy. That's a great story, bro. I'm glad you brought that up. I want to ask you a couple more questions. I want you to be honest about it, even if you need to think about it.
Okay.
So the question I have for you is, have you ever bit from the fruit of pride? And I guess what I'm saying is, being that you play with Mary J., Lil Wayne, Jill Scott, Angie Stone, Patti LaBelle, have you ever had them moments where you kind of, had them prideful moments?
Like I'm that nigga kind of moment, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I have not. Thank God I ain't, man. And it's so crazy because I've been around people that would say stuff like, "We finna blow these jokers' heads out when we doing the show." And my whole thing is like, no, we not. We finna get up here. We finna play the style of music that we play. And then this artist, they're gonna get up and they're gonna play the style of music that they play, and it's gonna all be able to coexist together.
Yeah.
Now, when we in rehearsal, I don't think it's a prideful moment, but you be so overwhelmed with excitement because you listening to everything come together and how the show is going to be. You be like, woo, like this is slapping, but not in the sense of like, yeah, we better than this person and that person.
Yeah.
My grandfather always told me, you ain't never too old to learn nothing. You ain't better than nobody. It's somebody out there bigger and better than you. So
yeah.
And my boy Kwame used to tell me, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth. Do more listening than you do talking. And I feel like all of that equates to it helps to keep things in proper perspective. Like, yeah, I'm out on the road playing with all of these artists, but guess what? I can get fired. I can get fired in a minute, and management won't think nothing about it. Yeah. So I take everything with the air of humility, man. Just grateful that I'm able to do it. You know what I'm saying?
So. Yeah. What's some of those things that keep you grounded? I mean, another thing people might not know that's listening, like when you're not on the road, you can be found in your local church.
Absolutely.
Why is that?
Because, man, I love to play. I love to play, and then this is a gift that God has given me, and what better way than to give the gift back to God than to be at church, to play at church, to worship God. And plus, for me, that is me playing the guitar at church. That's my worship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not no speaking in tongue dude. I can't dance, but God used me to play the guitar. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you laughing?
I thought Mario just kind of chuckled like he got a video of you dancing somewhere or something.
Right.
I just had a vision, man. I thought about Greg Collier that he would have went in on that moment. Can you imagine Shonn dancing? Oh, that's funny. The thought of that is hilarious. That boy said, "I ain't no speaking in tongues type dancing kind of." I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah, man, but that's my worship, man. Me playing the guitar is my worship. And when I get home, I'm going to church to worship.
Yeah.
Regardless if I got paid or not. Because we live in a day and age now where we get paid to play at church. You know, I still if tasked with doing it without pay, I think I still would do it because it's my worship, man, for real.
Yeah.
And I must say, I must concur with the fact you are probably one of the most humble musicians that I've ever known who has, as far as the category of where you are, like you could be braggadocious, right? You could be that dude, but you are one of the humblest. That's even before I even met you and got to know you. You have been one of the most humblest musicians and approachable musicians that I've ever known. So kudos to that.
Thank you, man. I think about people that I've met, and some experiences not been the best. Others have been cool. And, you know, in them situations, my mind and my heart is like, I don't never want to be that person. Yeah. I don't ever want to be unapproachable. You know what I'm saying? I want people to be able to approach me now. Don't be on no foolishness. Like I ain't trying to hear that. Like you going somewhere with that, but in the sense of just, you know, being able to sit down and chop it up with somebody, because I'm not the artist. Not yet. You know, Shonn Hinton, Shotgun, we on our way to the top. But right now, I play with Mary J. Blige and Jill Scott. And guess what? When them tours is over, they go to their $1 million mansion. And I go to my 2-bedroom apartment in the sky. Like,
right. That's real. That's real, man. So I want to ask you something too. With so many talented musicians in this world, like how have you been able to stand out and stay booked for all these years? What do you think are some tools and tips that you can give to somebody listening that keeps you relevant and keeps you working?
That's a good question, Mario, because I honestly don't know why I keep getting phone calls. I'm being completely honest with you, man. Like, I quit playing with Mary in 2008, and right after I had finished the John Legend tour, I want to say this was the tour I did when it was John Legend and India Ari, Mary's tour manager called and was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing. I'm at home." Uh, you busy? You want to come? You want to come out? How soon did you need me? Yesterday, dude. That's God all day, man. You know, the
Yes, sir.
Bible says your gift will make room for you and bring you before great men. So I can only equate that to that because I honestly, truthfully, do not consider myself to be the greatest guitarist. When you think about cats like Charlie Burrell, Lawrence Jones, John Jubu Smith, um, Eric Walls, Errol Cooney, like Jairus Mose, Agape, like these dudes, they are the quintessential greats in the game right now. If you look on anything on Instagram with bands that are playing with all of these major artists that are now, you don't see me playing with them. You see those guys playing with them. They're in California. They're exactly where they need to be, and they definitely have something to offer. For me, it's grace and mercy, man. God, he allows me to leave a lasting impression on people. So I would say it's deeper than what you play. Of course, you want to practice. Of course, you want to study the music. You want to
Mm-hmm.
know the music, but you also just want to trust the process, man. You also want to, be careful how you treat people. You know,
Yeah.
it's about your personality. I learned this lesson from listening to Lionel Richie. I was earshot of the conversation in California when I was living there. And I heard him say, "This business is," what did he say? He said it was 99% personality and 1% talent. And
Mm.
he broke
Wow.
it down and said, "Dude, you could be the most talented individual, but if your personality ain't sweet, you just damage the goods.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
if you have a great personality and a okay talent, that's we can work with that. We can work. That's something that can be worked with. So
Yeah.
um, I'm not saying I'm whack on guitar. I just feel like I got a long way to go, and I'm 41. I'm grateful, and so the advice that I would give is the advice that I'm taking myself. Like relationships are very, very, very important, and how you treat people. That's also very important because your name is gonna pop up at some point. My name popped up around 2007, 2008. Teddy Campbell had called me. I'll never forget, I was at home. I was at Cracker Barrel in Milwaukee. And Teddy called me. This was around the time that I was getting ready to do the Grammys with Mary. And Teddy was like, "Yo, you need to be out here because Christina Aguilera is holding a casting call for guitar players." I like to think that that had everything to do with
Mm.
my how I treated Teddy with the utmost respect because Teddy is from Chicago. I admire musicians from Chicago. He was Teddy Campbell was like to me one of the reasons why I played the drums the way that I played.
Mm.
So I paid attention to, I always remembered that. And then to see him out in LA and I'm able to sit down and talk with him and dap him up and shake his hand and get advice and stuff like that. And for him to call me, that's a relationship. So relationships are important. They are. They really, really are, man. Because you
Yeah.
never know who's looking for somebody and your name will pop up.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true, man. I think like you said, character, personality, all of those things are so key. And the one thing that I think kind of even trumps all of that is just being genuine. I think when you are genuine, that's what people feel. People know that, and you don't forget. You could tell when somebody come up to you like, "Hey, bro, man, they're trying to gas you up, and you could tell it's just kind of like it's not genuine, it's forced. But when you can just be yourself, be confident in who you are, and walk around and be around people, man, I've had the opportunity to be around some great people in life, and the thing that I would try my best not to get starstruck. That would be the number one thing because I always felt like I'm only one song away from where you are as well. You know what I'm saying? So I
Right.
would be in their
Right.
presence and I wouldn't I wouldn't treat them like I would treat them just like of course, respectfully. But I think it goes so far when people can tell that you genuinely you ain't looking for nothing from them. You just genuinely just want to have a conversation, just talk to them. You're not forcing your way into conversations. Sometimes people can be in a group talking to somebody else, and if you want it so bad, now you trying to, hey man, bro, you should listen to this CD, man. I got this. That ain't the way to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like you said, these relationships, you have to be mindful of opportunities when they come and take advantage of them and do well by people. And I think that's so key, man, because like all the guests that have been on this show, man, everybody's touched on relationships. JB could tell you, man, and it's
Absolutely.
key. It's key. And I think relationships have to go beyond the talent and the skill, because there's a lot of talented and skilled people out here. You know what I mean? So
And
at
then
the end of the
chop
day,
your head off quick.
yeah. So it's like, you got to have people around you and connected to you that we don't talk often, but when we do talk, it's like, like we just talked yesterday. We just spoke yesterday, and that's just how it always is when you have like-minded people, genuine people. So yeah, man, I can attest to that. And you were at first you said, I don't know how, I don't know why, but I'm glad because you did. It's number one is God, it's your character, it's you being professional. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
Learning the
right.
material, because somebody as skillful as you, man, could just probably just show up, and it's like that ain't good enough in some of these spaces. Like you can't rely all the way on just your talent and your gift. Like you got to learn this material so that people will know, like, yeah, he studied. Yeah, we good. So,
Right.
yeah, man.
That's true,
Yes,
man.
sir. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, we so far I'm just enjoying it. So many people online, man. I wanted to kind of just shout out a few names that I've seen throughout the time. Eric Simmons, Lillian Monique, Daryl Benson, Ray, that's our homie, man. Johnny C. Williams, Dion Cole, Kai Cage, Tony Cole, Stevie Brown, Phoebe Alexander, John Causey, Carrick Stevens, Dennis Nash. It's a lot. I ain't gonna go out. Bishop Nichols, Kevin DeHunsey, Aaron Fariance, also another awesome guitarist from the mill.
Yep.
Um, yeah, man. So yeah, we having a great discussion, man, and it's just about over. I wanted to ask you, um, what do you like to do in your free time outside of music? Or
Cook.
something we may be surprised. You said cook?
Oh, listen, Jack. I
What?
make the meanest 5 flavor cake. I
Ooh. So you talk
bro.
about bacon.
Yeah, I used to
I
back.
can cook. I can fry me some wings, Jack.
Come on here now.
I can fry some wings and I can bake me some cake, fam. I heard Bishop Hines. We was at a funeral, and this was like maybe the 5th time I heard Bishop Hines talk about this 5 flavor cake that Mark Harris' mama made.
Mm.
And he said he could never get every time he would ask for the ingredients, I don't think he got them. So one day I told Bishop, I said, yo, I'm making this cake. He said, "John, when you make this cake," he said, "save me a piece." Nigga, let me tell you what I did, bro. I went online and typed in 5 flavor cake. I got all of my ingredients, man.
Yeah.
I put that cake together, bro. It was my first time making the cake, cat.
Yeah.
And I took it. Of course, my wife and the kids, they ate it. They loved it. I saved Bishop a piece. I actually cut a few pieces. I took my cousin Bird, because his fiance Kim Sweets, who make cakes, I gave her a piece. I just wanted to see what people thought about it.
Right.
Bishop called me I gave him the cake Tuesday night after Bible study. He called me that night. He said, Shonn, you made this cake? I said, yes, sir. He said, I need a whole cake back. So dude, that's my thing. Like when I'm not making music, I'm baking or I'm cooking. If my wife if she came out here, her be like, he ain't cooked in a minute.
Hello, shame the devil.
Right, because he be cooking. But
Right.
I do. It's something I enjoy. As of recently, I've been working on music, so I've been enjoying my wife's cooking. So
Yeah.
both throw
That's
down.
what's up.
Oh, yeah, dude, I gotta say this because y'all was talking about about what's the exit strategy for, can you see yourself touring for for a long period of time, or at what point do you say I'm done? Dude,
Yeah.
the Rolling Stones, they've been touring for over 50 years.
Wow.
And them jokers said that they'll be done touring when they done living.
Wow.
Mm. I'm not tired yet.
Come on,
No.
man.
That's what's
Wow.
up.
And I feel like, man, like I'm on my second passport. Thank you, God.
Wow.
And I'm not even halfway through it yet. I'm dedicating the rest of my passport and passport number 3 to Shonn Hinton shotgun touring
There
and
you
going
go.
overseas.
Yeah.
That's what I'm dedicated to. And I feel like I got so much more in me, man. And now as a front man and the lead guitarist, the sky's the limit right now, man.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk
Yeah,
about that
I'm
because
glad you said that,
that was the
Mario.
last. Yeah, that was the last question that I wanted to ask you too. I purposely wanted to say that, for the end, and I kind of wanted to frame it as, being somebody that's multi-talented and being able to have a couple different things. Number one, multiple streams of income, as well as just being able to take advantage of all the gifts that God has given you. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not just a guitarist, you're also a singer, a songwriter, and a drummer. So the fact that you're able to reinvent yourself, and not even reinvent yourself, but be able to, expand is a beautiful thing. So tell everybody about Shonn Hinton and Shotgun. Like, where did this come from? Has this been something that's been in you for a while, and it's just not we're just now seeing it, but you've known it was planted, or and what can we expect?
Man, it happened so abruptly. And that's the only way I can describe it, because it was shortly after the Love Story album that I had did that you helped me write. I still love that. You don't want me. That's my favorite song off the album.
What?
I
Send it
said
to me. I forgot it. Send it to me.
it. But after I did that album, because it was my first time singing, because I was nervous as a long tail cat in a room full of rocking chairs to sing.
This cat is country.
Where do you get this stuff from, man?
Man, look, I got family in South Mississippi, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the Love Story opened the door to build on my confidence as a singer, because with you, Mario, and Chad inspiring me to do so, it really just started to make sense. And then I feel like, okay, well, dude, I'm not a crooner, because the Love Story album was me trying to be a crooner. When I'm really, I promise, I feel like I'm a rock star. Like, I be yelling and screaming and
Yeah.
playing, and
Yeah.
and I did an instrumental album. The name of the album was called The Happy Hour LP. And I had an apartment downtown, and Olin was the first one to come by the crib, and I played him one of the songs. He was like, "That's it. I don't care I don't care what's happening. I'm playing drums." And then after he heard it, he was like, "Yeah, bro, we got to do this." And then I was like, "Darren need to do it." So I'm like, "This is Shotgun," like, because we all played around the city together so much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We played in churches together. We played in choirs together. So it just made all the sense in the world to have Olin, Alex, and Darren and TJ be a part of the situation, with Shotgun. And then my homeboy Afton had came later on, my cousin Afton, and then Sean Williamson, the lap steel player, he came. But we're back to the core 5, which is cool. It makes sense. But that's how abruptly it happened. Olin was like, "I don't care. I'm playing drums for this." And after the Happy Hour LP, we immediately started working on the Long Live Shotgun album. I wrote that whole album, Rio. You would have been proud, bro.
Wow, man, I've heard a lot of it and just amazed, bro. I was gonna ask you too, is this a collective effort, like as far as writing the music and things like that? Do y'all get together and create, or is it pretty much you coming to them saying, "Hey, I got this idea," and you work around that?
This idea, like this new album, Reloaded, dude, I made this album in like almost 2 or 3 weeks. What I did was I sent everybody, because with this quarantine, we can't really get together like we want to. So I record everything in Logic. I send Alex the song with the bass with what I'm playing. I said, nah, do you on this song?
Yeah.
Owen, he heard because all my drum programming be in Logic. Owen just he took it to one of the homies, Ryan Miz Brown, his studio and cut the drums. Darren cut his guitar at his house. I cut the backing vocals, lead vocals right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right here. And that's it. And I learned how to mix from listening to Chad and
Yeah.
finish the album and that's it. But
Wow.
I'll make sure that they're included in the process. Like even with the horror stories that I would hear watching VH1 Behind the Music and how cats would get cheated out of writers and publishing and we know how important writing
Yeah.
and publishing is.
Mhm.
I made a deal with the fellas. I said, listen, man, I said, I know that we weren't able to get in the studio together and cut. And I said, and I know it's all me. I said, but nah, man, I said, I want us to all, I said, the only way we gonna win this Grammy is if we win these Grammys together. I said, so we gonna bust the writer and publishing down the middle for this
Yeah.
album. Like
Wow.
we'll all get an equal share of writer and publishing. So when we win our Grammys, when we win our BET awards or whatever it is,
Yeah.
they're gonna see all our names.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
That's
that's
what's
love.
up.
Well, yeah, man, I'm extremely excited and happy for you, man. The only thing I'm a little salty about is that you don't need me no more, man.
And listen, don't get it twisted.
Cause I sure can't holler and squall tonight.
That's funny.
God didn't give me that, man. I'm that crooner. I don't know how to holler, man.
It's the
I
crew.
wish I could.
I just want to speak to that song that you did for on SoundCloud. I Can't Breathe.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that is one of my favorite one of my favorite this season song, man. I remember first hearing that. I was like, dude, this song is just it's so empty, but it's just I love that song, man. That's one of my favorite songs that you do.
That song came after seeing all of this stuff that was happening. We was fresh off of the heels of the Miller Coors incident,
Yep.
claiming the lives, and then with the George Floyd incident, and then thinking about the Frank Jude. And it was like, man, and the George Floyd thing just really messed with me. I was sitting at my computer looking at the TV, and I found this loop, and I played the loop, and I was like, help. That's his last words.
Right.
I said, dude, that's all you need. You don't really need to add like the little guitar solo I added at the end. I probably could have did without, but that I just wanted the meat and potatoes to be his last words, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good stuff, man.
It was
Man,
good
God
stuff.
bless me, bro. Like Rio, I can't say it enough. JB, Mario Brown to me is one of the dopest songwriters.
Absolutely. Hands
When
down.
we did the Love Story album, when I did the Love Story album, I asked him to be a part of it because every time Big Sound would be in the studio, Big Sound would be Chad, Mario, me, Lachey, Miltone. We would be in the studio, and I would be the dude that would supply the beats some of the time, you know what I'm saying? But I would always sit down and listen to Mario. And to get him to help me to write on my Love Story album, it birthed in me the ability to tap into being a songwriter. Dude, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Kevin Suker,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but Kevin asked me in May, Louisville, Kentucky had issued Mayor Tom Barrett to a song off. They challenged him to a song off. And it was something to help people get through the COVID pandemic.
Mm.
And Kevin asked, like, yo, would you be interested in taking a stab at it? I was like, sure. The fact that I was even considered to be like, okay, y'all got to really think I'm a dope songwriter to ask me to do that.
Right.
And
Right.
I wrote the song. The name of the song I wrote was called Milwaukee Strong.
Mm-hmm.
And the mayor's office heard it. 88.9 here in Milwaukee, a local radio station heard it. And Mayor Tom Barrett ended up making July 24th Milwaukee Strong Day based off of a song that I wrote.
Wow.
So it's like Milwaukee's national anthem. But in that moment, all I could think about was like Mario and Chad, because those are that I set up under. I'm like, man, Like,
Wow.
I gotta let Mario hear this. I gotta let Chad hear this. Chad's like, yeah, I heard it. Nigga's dope. Like, you know how Chad is. He
Just
ain't
like that.
gonna do.
Right.
Yeah, man. Like, Mario, hands down, man, one of the greatest songwriters. And then to hear that his son is a songwriter too, so
Right.
the fruit don't fall far from the tree at all, man.
Absolutely.
Seriously.
Yeah. Man, first of all, thank you, bro.
Yes,
That
sir.
means a lot. I'm definitely humbled to even have any type of impact. That's why we exist. You know what I'm saying? To inspire others, and you inspire me. You know, I'm glad to hear that I've inspired you. And you know, our city needs us. It needs JB. It needs Shonn Hinton. It needs Mario J. Brown. It needs. We need each other. You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
we all have so many valuable things that we can bring to the city, which is why um, the at the core of this podcast is my city, our city. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like we've been exposed to some things that a lot of people haven't been exposed to, and so this platform is now bringing it to everybody who will listen. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to continue to encourage people to jump on and get these life lessons and tools and tips, and just use it and allow God to open the door, because ultimately he's the one that opens the door. But these are things that help you to prepare, and then it
Absolutely.
helps you to be sustained once you get to this place. So yeah, bro, thank you so much for being a part, jumping on tonight. This the first time, but it won't be the last time. We
Absolutely.
want to know how we can support you. So if the last thing I want you to tell us is just whatever you got going on right now, just real quick, tell us how we can support you, and give us your social media handles.
Okay, so all the social media handles, I'm focusing on my band Shotgun. So Twitter and Instagram is at Shonn's Shotgun. That's ShonnSshotgun. Shonn Shotgun. That's Instagram. That's Twitter. That's Facebook. Our website is www.shonsshotgun.com. We got an album dropping November 6th, but we doing pre-order sales October 9th. When you pre-order the album October 9th, you instantly get our latest single, I Don't Play. And that'll hold you over until November 6th. And when I say it's going to hold you over, because the
Yes.
Mhm.
song is big, the chorus says, I don't play. I dropped out of school because of recess, because I don't play. That's it. That's it. That song is talking about don't fool with me. Take me serious.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
play. So
I
that's
like
what
that.
holds you over. It's an up tempo, upbeat. You're gonna love it. You're gonna be dancing around the house. And it's I know I look urban, but I'm a classic rock head to the heart. I'm a rock dude to the heart and soul, man. So it got some quartet squalls in it,
Yes,
but
sir.
I'm a
Yeah.
classic rock dude till I can't breathe no more. Me and
Yeah.
JB talking about it. I'm a rock star, baby.
So come on here, Doc. You a rock star. That's it.
But that's it, man. Make sure you just stay tuned in. Please pre-order the album. We really would love the city of Milwaukee support. We really would, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Can we?
Thank you,
So
man.
I just want to ask, can we get that on Shotgun's website? That's how we pre-order
Yep.
it. Okay.
You can pre-order on the website, and you can actually go on the 9th. You can go to Apple, what is it? iTunes, Apple Music, all of that. It'll be there.
Okay. Cool. There you go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, yeah, man, we don't take this lightly, bro. Even though we're in relationship and friendship, man, just I value you and respect you just like I would do anybody else that's been on the show. So thank you for agreeing to, just spend some time and chatting with us, man, giving us some insight on some of the stories you have, as well as some tips and tools on how to become a role musician and what it takes, So that's very valuable, man. So our podcast is now available on Apple Music. So we just ask that you would,
Absolutely.
just just share it with whoever, and whoever you think can benefit from it. And we'll give you the audio to this. So we do this live just so people can kind of get a visual. But the
Okay.
more important thing is we take the audio from these sessions and we upload it to Apple Music Podcast and some other platforms as well. So, but yeah, man, that's all we got for tonight, man. I appreciate you. We went a little bit
Appreciate you,
over
man.
time, but it was well worth it, man. Well
Yeah.
worth it. So
Yeah.
give my love to the fam, man, and we definitely be in touch, bro.
Okay, man. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
All right.
Yes, sir. All
All
right. Yep, yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
JB.
Yeah. We did it. Another
Yes,
show.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Man, that was
sir.
really good. That was a really good show. There was so much more I wanted to ask. We got to bring them on again.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, man. Shonn is, he's a very great guy, man. Somebody you just want to keep on the phone and just keep talking to.
For real.
But yeah, man. So yeah, this is season 2. This was episode number
Seven?
7.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got 2 more episodes this week. So we're Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Then we'll be taking another break and coming back to you. But again, you guys, JB, any final words you want to share?
Just like always, go to our Facebook page. Well, you're on our Facebook page. If you're watching this live, you see it on Facebook. We're here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 7 p.m. East, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're also on Apple Podcasts at MJB Music with JB. We just uploaded Bridget, Marette Brown Clark, and Rico Love. They're all live on our podcast right now, so you can go listen to those, re-listen to those interviews. Some very good knowledge and information there. And then also we're on YouTube Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, till next time, you all enjoy your week. And again, thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely.